Hey everyone, welcome back to GraveyardDance.com. The story we're bringing you today is one I have wanted to cover for quite some time. It takes a while to research these things though, so I had to put it off until I knew I could tell the story the way it should be told. I really hope you'll take the time to watch whether or not you liked his style of music or not. Him and his wife were really good people and didn't deserve the horror that they would face on November 10, 1972. Please take a moment and check out our merchandise shop and pick up a new shirt, mug, or hoodie. There are sales going on in November and December, and it would be a perfect time to buy you or your loved one a graveyard dance item. They make great gifts. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. With all that out of the way, on to today's story. Stringbean, born as David Akeman on June 17, 1915, and was an American country music singer, comedian, and instrumentalist. He gained fame as a member of the Grand Ole Opry and became known for his unique style that blended humor and music. Stringbean's rise to fame was marked by his distinctive stage presence and his ability to captivate audiences with his comedic timing and musical talent. Stringbean began his career in the 1940s performing on various radio shows and honky-tonks. His unique style caught the attention of country music fans, and he soon became a regular performer on the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville, Tennessee. With his banjo-playing skills and humorous songs, Stringbean quickly became a beloved figure in the country music scene. As a person, Stringbean was described as humble, down-to-earth, and genuine. He had a warm and friendly personality that endeared him to both fellow musicians and fans alike. Despite his success in the entertainment industry, he remained modest and approachable throughout his career. Stringbean had a strong work ethic and was dedicated to his craft, often practicing for hours to perfect his banjo-playing skills. In addition to his musical talents, Stringbean was also an avid gardener. He took great pride in tending to his vegetable garden on his farm and was known for sharing the produce with friends and neighbors. This aspect of his life showcased his nurturing and generous nature. One of the most intriguing aspects of Stringbean's life was his frugal lifestyle. Despite earning a considerable income from his music career, he chose to live a simple life on a farm in Ridgetop, Tennessee. He was known for being extremely thrifty, and would often repair or repurpose items rather than buying new ones. This frugality extended to his clothing as well. He would patch up his overalls instead of purchasing new ones. His one and only self-indulgence, though, was his love of new cars, in particular brand new Cadillacs. He purchased a new one every single year when the new models came out. This was the last new car that String and Estelle owned before their untimely demise. It was a 1974 Cadillac Coupe de Ville. Another interesting aspect of Stringbean's life was his love for traditional Appalachian music. Growing up in Kentucky, he was exposed to the rich musical heritage of the region from an early age. He became proficient in playing the banjo and incorporated elements of old-time mountain music into his performances. His passion for preserving this musical tradition made him a respected figure within the country music community. His popularity continued to grow throughout the 1950s and 1960s. He released several successful albums, including Old Time Pickin' and Grinnin' and Stringbean's Old Time Hootenanny. His comedic performances on television shows such as Hee Haw further solidified his status as a beloved entertainer. On November 10, 1973, tragedy struck when Stringbean and his wife Estelle Akeman were brutally murdered at their rural Tennessee home. The events leading up to their deaths were both shocking and heartbreaking. His dear friend from the Opry and the TV show Hee Haw, Grandpa Jones, found their bodies later that evening when him and his wife went over for a visit. What he stumbled upon that night probably scarred him for the rest of his life. That fateful night, two men named John Brown and Marvin Douglas Brown broke into Stringbean's home with the intention of robbing him. Unfortunately, they encountered Stringbean and Estelle inside the house. In a horrifying turn of events, both Stringbean and Estelle were shot dead by the intruders. Apparently, String had tried to protect his wife and was keeping the men at bay when he told her to run. He was shot inside the house and they shot her as she was trying to get to the car. His own testimony claimed that she was begging for her life when John Brown shot her in the back of the head. String was known to carry hundreds or even thousands of dollars on him at any given time and wasn't shy about who saw his rolls of money, and the two would-be robbers knew it. He almost always had rolls of money on him, and the would-be robbers were counting on it. But it just so happened on that day, String and Estelle had stopped by the bank and made a deposit. They did manage to steal a small amount of money and a chainsaw and a few valuables around the house. But it was worth nothing compared to what they were about to pay for it. The trial proceedings were highly publicized due to the fame of the victims and the shocking nature of the crime. The evidence against John Brown and Marvin Douglas Brown was overwhelming, including eyewitness testimonies, fingerprints, and recovered stolen items. The jury found them guilty on all charges. In terms of sentencing, John Brown and Marvin Douglas Brown received severe punishments for their crimes. John Brown was sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole, while Marvin Douglas Brown received a death sentence. However, in 1977, the Supreme Court of Tennessee overturned Marvin Douglas Brown's death sentence, commuting it to life imprisonment. Marvin Douglas Brown died of natural causes in 2003 at the Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary in Petros, Tennessee. John Brown was paroled in 2014 after serving 40 years of a life sentence. The murders of Stringbean and his wife sent shockwaves through the country music community and the nation as a whole. The loss of such a beloved entertainer was deeply felt by fans and fellow musicians alike. Stringbean and Estelle was just an ordinary, down-to-earth loving couple who simply wanted to live their lives peacefully. They deserved that, but because of greed and selfishness, that was stolen from them. They did not deserve to die this way. In memory of Stringbean, the Grand Ole Opry paid tribute to him with a special memorial service. His legacy lives on through his recordings, which continue to be cherished by country music enthusiasts. David and Estelle Akeman are buried in Forest Lawn Memorial Gardens in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. If you've never had a chance to listen to him or see any of his work, YouTube and other places all over the internet is full of his work. You should definitely check it out. We hope you enjoyed today's story and will take the time to help us out by sharing it on social media and by liking our videos and subscribing to our channel. We're about halfway to the 1,000 subscriber mark, so for everyone who has helped us, we love and appreciate you so much. Till next time, thanks for watching.